how far in advance do I plan my outfit?
Good question.
That's a very good question.
You're a groom. You just got engaged. Congratulations. Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
You make a lovely couple. Now, what's the next step? First is set the date. You want to know when you're going to get married. Get all that stuff, all those details kind of rolling. Getting the venue, getting the church, or wherever you're going to get married. Get all that stuff kind of in process. Next, you're going to want to talk about the wedding colors. And again, you want to make sure that if you're going to wear a kilt, you want to make sure that discussion happens with the wedding colors to make sure that they mesh well.
A solid shared vision.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. Shared vision, shared being the key phrase. Once you have the idea of the thing you want to start looking for, you want to start planning it as far in advance as you can. A few reasons. One, buying an outfit ain't cheap. So you want to get the idea of what you want the general feel to look like. This isn't meant to sound product heavy, but I'm going to kind of go there for half a second. Go to our website, usakilts.com, and go to the Kilts and Packages area and start looking at the kilt packages. It'll give you different ideas of what you can look like as a finished outfit, as a finished product, if you will.
Yeah.
And then kind of hone in on, okay, I like the jacket and tie look, or I like the Prince Charlie look, or I want the casual kind of, historical look, to give you an idea of what you're shooting for. And it'll also give you an idea of a price.
Right.
Price is always a factor. That being said, once you get that done, you want to do some research on what tartans you want and that kind of thing, and plan at least about minimum 3 months out. We can do, or other companies can do, kilts in a shorter time frame than that. I've actually had a guy come in on a Friday who was getting married the next day.
Yes, I remember.
And
that.
after I went through an entire spiel with him about all these different things, what his family tartan was, talking about the different types of kilts, and they were starting to write up the order. And I said, okay, well, when is the wedding? Oh, tomorrow. Oh,
zoinks!
Wish I knew that an hour ago. Here are your options, right here on the rack. You can't get my family tartan? Not in 24 hours. No. So,
yeah,
plan it 3 months in advance for a couple reasons. One, the kilt makers will have a backlog. There are other people who are ordering in the same time as you are ordering. Two, most companies have about 6 to 10 week kind of window for most orders. On top of that, there is the variable of the tartan itself. If you order, let's say, an Irish County Fermanagh tartan, there's one mill that does it, House of Edgar, in one weight, 13 ounce. So if they happen to be out of stock of the cloth when you go to order it, and you only leave a month, and that's the one you have to have, you're going to be out of luck. So some mills have a 12-week to 16-week order on cloth if they're back ordered on cloth. Other mills have about an 8-week. So give as much time as you can. If you don't give it much time, try to be flexible in the tartan that you're choosing, or the mill or the weight of cloth that you're choosing. If you said, I want Black Watch tartan in whatever weight, easy, done. We can get that sorted in 3 weeks with a rush. If you said you want, the Dalziel tartan and it has to be House of Edgar 13 ounce or Loch Carron 16 ounce or whatever, then you want to make sure you're giving as much time as possible, at least for the kilt. If you're doing a tweed jacket and vest, then yeah, the tweed jacket and vest as well, because those are the things that take time, or the custom items as part of this. Think of it from the bride's perspective. She's not going to try to walk into a bridal shop and buy a gown and expect it to fit off the rack in her size, in the design she wants, and walk out with it the same day. She has to leave time. She has to leave alterations. There's back and forth that has to go on. There's less back and forth in buying a kilt or buying a tweed jacket and vest, but you want to leave time when at all possible.
Yeah. What about weight change?
Don't change your weight. Don't lose weight.
Yeah, or gain weight.
Yes, or gain weight. Yes. The hitting a moving target for a kilt maker is a very difficult process. If you walk into the shop and say, hey, I'm getting married 4 months from now, so I'm going on a diet, but I'd like to order my kilt now, and I'd like to order my tweed jacket and vest now. So take my measurements and then we'll figure it out later on. We
Mhm.
can't do that. We need to be able to have the measurements and go. There's a certain amount of fudging that we can do. In a kilt, there are straps and buckles, and there's a range of holes in the strap and buckles.
Yeah.
You can, same thing with a jacket. You can try a jacket on, and if you're a 46 regular snug, but a 48 regular fits you pretty good, maybe if you're going to lose weight or planning on losing weight, we can order a 46 regular jacket and vest. That being said, if you don't lose the weight, we're kind of boned at the end of it. You need to make sure that if you say you're going to lose weight, you lose the weight, because we are planning on that or for that. The other way is you want to make sure you don't overshoot your weight goals.
Mhm.
Don't go on the starvation diet. You don't want to go on. Yeah. Anyway, you want to make sure that it's, if at all possible, if you do, try, it's hitting the moving target. That's the difficult part. So maybe if you say, all right, well, we want to, you're 4 months out, you're going to go on a weight loss, and you buy a jacket and vest that's a little bit too snug, it's going to be made for you. Maybe in 2 months, when it's done, which is 2 months before the wedding, based on the 4-month thing, you try it on, and then if you've lost too much weight, maybe you put a couple pounds back on, or you stop trying to lose the weight, because ultimately it's going to look too big for you on the day if you continue down that path.
Yeah.
It's hitting a moving target. That is a very, very difficult thing, and you don't want to, and it's expensive. You don't want to buy a $400, $500 jacket and vest and overshoot it, and then have to buy another $400 jacket and vest.
Happened.
It's happened. Yes, it's not good. People generally aren't happy when you tell them, sorry, you're going to, or you can
Yeah.
get it tailored, but then it's you taking the jacket and vest to a tailor local to you and having them tweak it for you, because that's another 100, 200, whatever it
And
is.
hope they have the
dollars.
time to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
yeah.
So
Keep your bride to be happy. Plan ahead.
the other way to do it is if you're planning on losing weight. Let's say you're a 350-pound guy, your doctor tells you you need to lose weight, and your wedding is your motivating thing, and you have the wedding planned out a year in advance. Go on a diet, go hard at it, exercise, do everything you can, and lose weight for 9 months. And then stop, for the love of God, stop. Plateau, or let's say that lose it
Yeah.
for 8 months and then go into maintenance mode and try to maintain that weight for a month. And then at the 9-month mark, then once you've maintained that weight for about a month, come in, get all your stuff measured, and try to continue to maintain, monitor the weight, maybe measure yourself once or twice during that time to make sure you're not putting weight back on. If you do, maybe back on the diet a little bit, but recognize that you are asking someone else to do something for you that they have no control over. Losing weight is 100% in your control, not theirs.
Mhm.
So hitting a moving target.
Yeah. And I will say, we know this is not easy. We know it's different for everybody.
I know.
And it's easier said than done. But the goal is to get you into the outfit for the price point that you want and in the time frame you want.
And looking good on the day.
And it's absolutely, I mean, it's like the old Vidal Sassoon commercial always comes to my mind. Is like I always say in this business, if you don't look good, we don't look good. It's becoming a dated reference, but I still like it. So,
I know, so do I.
But that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, help us to help you. Yeah, I think that's
Sure. Help us help you.